Welcome back to Movie On. Today I'm going to explain the movie called The Ritual from 2017. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care, and I hope you enjoy it. At the beginning of the movie, we saw 5 friends, and they were planning to go on a trip. They were sitting in a bar. All of them were discussing their favorite places. One of them was Rob. Rob told them that they should go to Sweden and hike there. They can have so much fun there, but no one listened to him. They came out of the bar while discussing with each other. One of them was Luke. He asked Rob to go with him, and they will go to purchase wine. When they entered the store to buy wine, they saw that the owner of that store was lying down on the corner, and she was injured. Suddenly, 2 people came out from the back, and they came here to rob the store, and they were the ones who beat the shit out of that owner. Luke hid behind the shelf after seeing the robbers, but they took Rob's phone and wallet. They asked Rob to give them his wedding ring, but Rob refused to give it to them. Therefore, the robber stabbed him with a knife, and he fell down on the floor. After that, the robber again stabbed him in the head and ran away from there. As a result, Rob died there. In the next scene, we saw the scene of 6 months later. Luke and his friends came to Sweden for hiking. They came here because of Rob's memory, because Rob wanted to come here for hiking. But Luke was the one who was so sad about the death of Rob, because if he warned him, he could have saved Rob from those robbers. All of his friends tried to convince him that it was not his fault, but Luke was so upset about Rob's death. They put a photo of Rob on a rock in order to recall the memories of Rob, and they drank some wine in the name of Rob. His name was Robert Paulson. After drinking wine, they continued their hike. Dom slipped off and his ankle got dislocated. Therefore, they could not continue their hike anymore, since Dom was feeling so much pain. Hutch tried to find the road with the help of the map, and he found a shortcut road through the forest. They decided to go back through the forest. The 4 of them kept walking towards the forest, and after some time, they found the dead body of an animal, and it was hanging from the tree. They also noticed that there were some strange symbols on the trees, which means someone was in the forest except for them. They kept walking forward, and it got dark. At night, they got hit by heavy rain. All of them got drenched by the rain. After walking for a while, they found a very small cabin. They entered the cabin without even thinking of anything, since it was raining so heavily. After getting inside the cabin, Luke heard the voice of an animal. He told everyone about it, but no one cared about him. They found some necklaces in that cabin. The necklace had the same symbols as the trees. They also found a wooden statue inside the cabin, but it didn't have any head, and it was tied. It was looking so creepy. All of them got so scared after seeing this, but they had no other options as well, and that's why they decided to sleep in that cabin. After they fell asleep, there was still heavy rain and lightning, but suddenly a flash of lightning got frozen, and Luke woke up from this. He discovered himself in the same store where Rob had died 6 months ago, and this time also he saw that Rob died in front of his eyes. But then suddenly Luke woke up, and we realized that it was just a nightmare for him. But we also saw that Luke was actually outside the cabin, and he had 4 holes in his chest, and he was bleeding a lot. Luke ran to the cabin and saw that his friends were also acting strangely. He saw that Hutch peed in his pants because he was so scared. Dom was shouting the name of his wife, Gail, in his sleep. He went to see his 3rd friend, named Phil, but he was naked and worshipping that statue. Luke got so scared after seeing them and woke them up. After waking up, they immediately went outside that cabin. None of them were talking to anyone. Their road was in the southwest, but Dom didn't agree with them, and he went through the other road. And that's why the others also joined him. After walking for a while, they realized that they were lost in the forest. Luke climbed up a tree to find the road, but then he noticed that there was a tree in the distance, and it had hands like humans. Luke got down from the tree and told his friends about it, but no one took it seriously. To prove him, Luke showed them the 4 holes in his chest. But Dom said that maybe Luke was sleepwalking at night and got hit by a tree, and that's why he got those scars on his chest. Dom was behaving so strangely. He argued with Luke and blamed Luke for taking them to this forest. Luke got angry at him and punched him in the face. After walking for a while, they found something on the ground. When they pulled it out, they saw that it was a tent. They found a wallet inside that tent. Inside that wallet, they found a photo and a credit card. We realized that it was a family tent, and the expiry date of that credit card was 1984. This means this family came to this forest in 1984 and they died there. That night, they set their tent in the forest and fell asleep. And this time also, Luke had those nightmares. Suddenly, Luke woke up and he heard someone scream. Luke came out of his tent, but he couldn't see the tent of Hutch, and Hutch himself was not there. Phil told them that a giant creature had taken him away with his tent. But then they heard the scream of Hutch from a distance. The three of them went to look for Hutch, and they got lost in the forest. And suddenly, they saw that Hutch's dead body was hanging from the tree, just like that animal, and Hutch was dead. They got so scared after seeing his dead body, and they started to believe everything that Luke told them, that someone else is in this forest except for them. They pulled down Hutch from that tree and buried his body properly. After that, they went towards the south with the help of their compass, and we saw that an unknown strange creature was following them. They were near their destination, but unfortunately, it got dark again. At night, a strange creature took away Phil with it, and the other two friends were running here and there. Meanwhile, Luke got hit by a tree and fainted. Luke had that nightmare once again, but he gathered a bit of spirit and started to run with Dom. And then they found the dead body of Phil, and it was hanging from the tree just like Hutch. They were so scared after seeing his dead body and kept running away. While running, they again went to that cabin. They entered the cabin and saw that a woman was worshipping a strange statue, but then a guy came from behind and made them unconscious. When they woke up, they discovered themselves tied in a room. Luke looked through the hole on the wall and saw that some people were making a cross with wood. Then 3 people came inside through the door. The old woman came to Luke and saw the scars on his chest, and she showed him her scars, and they were the same. They checked Dom's body for the scars, but he had no scar in his body. That's why they took Dom outside and beat him very badly. After beating him for a while, they put him inside the room once again. Luke asked Dom what actually these people were doing. Dom told him that maybe they're about to sacrifice me. He said this because he saw this in his nightmare, and he also saw his wife, Gal, in that nightmare. Dom told him that they want to sacrifice me to a creature. After some time, they came to the room and took Dom outside with them, and then they tied him to that cross. This means Dom's nightmare was about to become true. When they were about to sacrifice Dom, we saw that there were so many dead bodies hanging from the trees. They said some magical words in the Swedish language, and the daylight turned to night. After that, Dom saw his wife Gal in the forest, and she was coming towards him. We saw that it was just Dom's hallucination. Actually, it was not his wife Gal. It was the creepy creature. The creature took him and hanged his body on a tree. As a result, Dom died there. On the other hand, Luke broke his own fingers to free himself. But suddenly, a lady entered the room and told Luke that we have sacrificed Dom for the forest god. You have that scar on your chest, and that's why you have become one of the community. From now on, you will have to stay with us. She also told him that this creature has been living in this forest for so long. He is the god of this forest. This creature is the unwanted son of the god of mischief, Loki. No one ever says his real name, since everyone is so scared of him, and the community has been worshipping this creature for so long. This creature hunts the traveler of the forest, and he adds one person amongst them to his community. Whoever asks him about their wishes, he fulfills all their wishes, and he can also make them immortal, which means the people of this community stay alive for hundreds of years. In exchange, they sacrifice humans to that creature. After hearing this, Luke asked the lady why did the forest god choose him. She told him that you have so much pain in your heart compared to your friends, and the forest god chooses the one who has a big heart. After choosing someone, the forest god gives them a scar, and that person needs to complete the ritual and bow before the forest god. If that person refuses to be part of the forest god's community, then he will kill him like the rest and hang him on a tree. After hearing all of this, Luke still didn't lose hope. After the lady went outside, he prepared to run away from there. When Luke went outside, he saw that all the people were worshipping that creature. When Luke went to another room, he found so many dead bodies in that room. But actually, the dead bodies were alive, which means it's true that by worshipping this creature, people become immortal. After living for so long, the humans also turn into that creature. They cannot live or die properly. Luke lit these bodies on fire, and they were screaming so loudly. because their senses were still inside their bodies. Luke was about to run away through the back door, but that old lady stood in front of his way. But Luke pushed her away and ran away from there. Luke also found a gun in that room, and he shot a man with it who was trying to stop him. We saw that the creature had taken out the eyes of that lady who had told so many things about this community. The creature went after Luke to kill him. Luke fired at him with the gun, but the bullets had no effect on his body. While running from the creature, Luke saw those visions once again, and that's why he was not able to run anymore. The creature got him and pulled him up with his hand. Luke looked down, and the creature screamed like a horse, and he proved his dominance by putting his feet on Luke's head. But Luke saw an axe near his hand. He picked up the axe and hit the head of that creature with the axe, and he began to run away from there. Luke was able to come out of the forest while running, and the creature was still after him. But then we found out that the creature cannot come out of the forest. The creature started to roar at Luke, and Luke also roared towards him. And we realized that Luke had got rid of his fear for that creature, and he had also gotten rid of the guilt from his heart. After walking for a while, Luke saw a car, which means he was close to the city. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, I will say, stay safe, stay well, thanks.